لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك
Many see Hajj as a series of ancient rites. But what if its true meaning lies in its power to dismantle your ego, force you to confront modern-day Shaytan, and enlist you in a lifelong struggle for justice? In this episode of Mārefa Podcast, we delve into a challenging and a deeply spiritual interpretation of Hajj that might change the way you see the pilgrimage forever. In the name of the one who hears every whisper before it forms, who answers every yearning before it is spoken, all praise be to the one who created the heavens and the earth, the shining sun and the radiant moon, the clouds which give shade, the food that nourishes us, and the water that sustains us, the creator of joy and happiness, and the creator of you and I. Welcome to Mārefa Podcast by No One, your weekly spiritual sanctuary, a place where stillness speaks and the ordinary whispers the extraordinary. Preparing for Hajj, a journey of rebirth. Today we embark on a journey, one that millions undertake physically every year, but one that a profound school of Islamic thought urges us to undertake with our entire being, mind, heart, and soul. We are exploring a powerful interpretation of Hajj, the Islamic pilgrimage. This isn't just about the rites and rituals. This understanding sees Hajj as a blueprint for revolution, a personal revolution against the self, and a societal revolution against injustice. Hajj is presented as a divine drama, a show of creation, and in this grand production, you, the pilgrim, are the central actor. So whether you are preparing for Hajj, have already experienced it, or are simply seeking to understand its deeper dimension, join us as we navigate the sacred path through an illuminating and often challenging lens. This is Hajj, a journey of symbolic rebirth. Before we step into the path of Hajj itself, let's consider the world we live in and why there is such an urgency to reignite the true spirit of this pillar. Modern life can often feel devoid of purpose and idle cyclical action. Humanity, it's argued, can become alienated from its divine essence, from the spirit of Allah breathed into Adam. Hajj, in this powerful interpretation, is the ultimate antithesis of aimlessness. It's a conscious decision to break free, to migrate from mundane to the sacred, from the self to Allah. The journey begins long before you reach Makkah. It begins with the niyat, the intention. This intention is described as a transferal from your house to the house of people, from self to Allah, from slavery to ego and worldly desires to true freedom. Pilgrim, as you prepare, reflect, what is my deepest, most sincere niyat for this Hajj? What am I truly seeking to transform? The pre-Hajj preparations are emphasized: selling debts, making a will, seeking forgiveness. These aren't mere practicalities. They're a symbolic death to your old life. You are clearing the slate. Then comes the Miqat, the designated station. Here the pilgrim performs one of the most visually and symbolically potent acts, removing everyday clothes and donning the ihram. Imagine this. Your clothes are not just attire. They are symbols of your status, your distinctions, your ego, the countless borders that separate you from others. At Miqat, all these are shed, and in their place, two simple, unstitched pieces of white cloth, the ihram, the Kaaba shroud. What does this mean? First, equality. In ihram, the king and the commoner, the wealthy and the poor, stand shoulder to shoulder, indistinguishable. All worldly ranks vanish before Allah. Feel this profound leveling. The second is death and resurrection. You are symbolically dying to your old individualistic self and being resurrected as Adam, primordial, pure, part of one humanity. Third, from I to we. This is where the individual I consciously chooses to dissolve into the collective we of the Ummah. You are a drop, joining an ocean of souls. Pilgrim, as you don the ihram, reflect. What specific identities, attachments, and prides am I consciously letting go of with my worldly clothes? As I wear this simple white cloth, can I truly feel myself as just one atom, equal to all around me, stripped bare before my Creator? The prohibitions of ihram: no mirrors, no perfume, no harming life, no arguments, are not arbitrary. They are designed to peel away the layers of the ego, to foster a state of peace, humility, and heightened spiritual awareness. You are forgetting the self to become conscious of Allah, and then the call rings out from the heart and from the heart of millions. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Here I am at your service, O Allah. This is your collective, resounding answer to God's ancient invitation. Feel the power of it. You are, as one, might paint the scene, like one of a million white birds flying on your way to the Miraj, the spiritual ascension. The Kaaba and Tawaf. Now the pilgrim, you approach the heart, Mecca, and within it the Kaaba. Its description and its interpretation is profound. It is a simple, empty cube of dark stone. No idols, no gold, no distracting ornamentation. Its power lies in this very emptiness and simplicity. Allah is absolute. He has no form, no image, no singular direction. The Kaaba symbolizes the divine absoluteness. It is a cornerstone, a qibla, a direction for your devotion. But remember, it is not the final destination. It is the house of the people, not exclusive, but for all humanity. It is Bayt Atiq, the ancient, and significantly the free house, free from the dominion of worldly masters. And here, our attention is drawn to a stunning symbol, the Hatim, encompassing the grave of Hajar, Hajar, the black Ethiopian slave woman, mother of Isma'il or Ishmael, a resting place, part of the sacred Tawaf. This elevates the marginalized to the very heart of monotheism. O pilgrim, reflect. What does the Kaaba, stark emptiness, teach me about Allah? How does Hajar's honored place challenge my perceptions? And then the Tawaf, the 7 circumambulations around the Kaaba. This is not a haphazard walk. It is a cosmic dance. You are like a planet orbiting a sun. The Kaaba is the steadfast center, the moving sea of pilgrims, the dynamic creation. It is constancy, a movement, and discipline. You are swept into this roaring river of people, losing your individual distinction to find your true self within the collective ummah. The Tawaf begins and ends at the Hajar al-Aswad, the black stone. Touching it or gesturing towards it is a deeply symbolic act of bay'ah, the allegiance you are, in powerful imagery, shaking Allah's hand. This is a renewal of your covenant, a pledge of loyalty to Him alone. For many, this allegiance to Allah inherently encompasses a commitment to His continuous guidance, a guidance historically embodied through His prophets and the pure Imams of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. May Allah be pleased with them. In doing so, you consciously break all other false allegiances to worldly powers, to enslaving ideologies, to wealth, to ego, to any leadership that deviates from the divine mandate established through His chosen representatives. O Haji, O pilgrim, as you perform the Tawaf, ask yourself, what false idols am I renouncing as I pledge my allegiance to Allah? How is this also a renewal of my inner bay'ah, my commitment to follow His chosen guides, the true Imams? What does this profound pledge mean for my life as I await the Imam of our time? May Allah hasten his appearance. Abraham or Ibrahim stand in Hajar's striving. After the Tawaf, you pray 2 rakats in Maqam Ibrahim, where Prophet Ibrahim stood to build the Kaaba. By praying there, you symbolically step into his immense spiritual legacy. Ibrahim, the ultimate monotheist, the rebel against idolatry, the architect of unity. O Haji, reflect. Standing in Ibrahim's footprints, what responsibilities of his mission do I feel called to embrace? From this spiritual height, you move to perform Saʿy, hurrying 7 times between Safa and Marwa. This reenacts Hajar's search for water for her infant son, Ishmael or Ismāʿīl alayhi salam. O pilgrim, you embody Hajar, a woman a mother alone, yet filled with love, responsibility, and unwavering effort. A relentless movement is a profound symbol. How often in our lives do we find ourselves in a state of desperate search, striving for something essential? We seek solutions, we exert effort, and often we expect results. Exactly where and how we are looking, a crucial balance is presented here. The Tawaf was about absolute love, the soul focused on Him. Saʿy is about absolute wisdom, human effort, the body focused on you. Your responsibilities. Hajj masterfully integrates both. Hajar, in her profound submission to Allah's will, did not passively wait for a miracle. She arose, she struggled, she ran. Saʿy is a symbol of human action, but here lies a profound lesson. After Hajar's 7 agonizing circuits, where did the relief come from? Not from where she was frantically searching. The miraculous spring of Zamzam gushed forth from beneath the tiny, helpless feet of her son Isma'il. Allah showed Hajar, and through her, all of humanity, that while our sincere effort is absolutely required, His mercy and His answers may manifest in ways and places we least expect. Hajar did not give up her striving, but Allah's response was a testament of His boundless wisdom and grace. Occurring where divine will decreed, it teaches us that divine help often follows sincere, wholehearted human striving, coupled with unwavering reliance on Allah and an openness to His unexpected paths. And what's more intriguing, narrations tell us that when Zamzam began to sprout forth, Hajar gathered stones and earth to contain it. The tradition suggests that had she not done so, the Zamzam would have flowed as a mighty river, a continuous, abundant current. But because she, with her own hands, put rocks around it, its flow remained as a spring, abundant, yet contained. Pilgrim, reflect on this deeply during your Saʿy. As I emulate Hajar's desperate search, what are the thirsts in my life? Am I balancing spiritual devotion with practical effort? Am I open to Allah's answers in unexpected ways? And perhaps, most searchingly, when Allah bestows His mercy upon me, do I, with my own hands, inadvertently put limits on it? Do my fears, my desire for control, or my limited understanding cause me to contain the very blessings Allah intends to flow abundantly? Unlike the circular Tawaf, Saʿy is a linear movement, symbolizing a purposeful journey. After Saʿy, you exit the initial state of Ihram, a brief respite before the grand door and the greater Hajj. The greater pilgrimage, Arafat and Mashʿar. The Hajj proper, the great pilgrimage now begins. You re-enter Ihram, and here, a stunning paradox. You leave Makkah. You turn your back on Kaaba. Why? Because Kaaba was a direction, a starting point. The journey unto Allah is ever onward. You travel east to the vast plain of Arafat. Here, from noon on the 9th of Zul-Hajjah until sunset, you simply are. Arafat symbolizes knowledge, Mārefa, and recognition from the root word Arafa, Ain Ra Fa, meaning to know, to recognize. It is a meeting point between the soul and its creator, where pilgrims strip away all distractions and plead for forgiveness with utmost humility. The white garbed multitude standing on a vast plain represents humanity awaiting judgment, a reminder of Yawm al-Qiyamah, the day of resurrection. Arafat is the land where Adam and Eve met, symbolizing the dawn of human self-awareness, objective knowledge, and social life. The stage unfolds in full daylight because knowledge and objective understanding demands clarity, vision, and light. There are no complex rituals here other than being present in this immense gathering, allowing your human consciousness to expand. And if the pilgrim has a Mārefa, the words of Imam al-Hussein in this dua on the day of Yawm al-Arafah can help the person to get there. In this vastness of Arafat, the pilgrim reflects under the sun of knowledge what truths about myself, humanity, my purpose, and Allah are dawning upon me. What veils of ignorance are lifting. Arafat is the meeting place between divine mercy and human need. At Arafah, the hearts are bare. No veils remain, just desperate prayer. Between the dust and sky so wide, a soul cries out with none beside. Your mercy falls like healing rain, and sins dissolve like drops in flame. They say that person who has not been forgiven on the night of the Qadr, it is on this day that they should be hopeful. This is the day where sins are burned. As sunset paints the sky, Arafat is symbolically killed by darkness, and the entire human flood migrates west towards Mashʿar al-Haram, the land of consciousness. You arrive at Mashʿar under the cover of night. The Mashʿar signifies consciousness, awareness, the state that follows knowledge, a deeper, more internal, subjective, and sacred consciousness. This night is crucial. Deep consciousness and intuition are often cultivated in darkness and silence. Here you also gather your pebbles, the Jamarat. These are not just stone, they're your symbolic arms for the battle that awaits you in Mina. This gathering is done with awareness and intention. In Mashʿar, you experience profound individual solitude amidst a massive, silent crowd, a moment for a private communion with Allah under an inspiring sky. The pilgrim in the sacred stillness of Mashʿar's night reflect, as I move from Arafat's knowledge to Mashʿar's consciousness, what deeper awareness is awakening within me as I collect these pebbles, the Jamarat, What specific inner and outer shaitans am I preparing to confront? The divine sequence is emphasized from Arafat, knowledge, which leads to Mashḥar, consciousness, which then empowers love, faith, and action in Mina. This is a path to true human actualization. Mina, love, ideals, and the showdown with Shaytan. As the first light of al-Adha touches the tents, the army of Tawḥid surges towards Mina, land of love, faith, and ideals. But here, the real battle begins. The same ground where Prophet Ibrahim confronted the Shaytan. Entering Mina is itself a rite. The sun becomes the commander. The worshippers of Mashʿar become the lions of Mina. Eid is proclaimed before the battle begins, a sign of unshakable trust in Allah's promise of victory. So long as we come with sincerity and awareness, before you stand the three Jamarat, pillars, representing three deep evils: Pharaoh, arrogance; Qarun, greed; Bal'am, religious hypocrisy. The command echoes at the first, pass by; at the second, pass by; but the third, strike. Did you cast? Yes. How many? 7. Did you strike his head? Yes, I did. Well done. On the 10th of the Hajj, we cast 7 pebbles at the largest pillar in Jamarat. In the following days, we strike all the 3. Shaytan, a reminder, the battle is ongoing. Ask yourself, which pharaohs, Qarun or Bal'ams, still live inside me? Is my stoning symbolic or sincere? This is not ritual alone. It is liberation. The sacrifice, your Isma'il, your ultimate test. After the stoning comes the sacrifice, the Qurbani, commemorating Ibrahim's willingness to offer his beloved son. But this is not about an animal. It is about Ismāʿīl. What do you love most? But which, if it stands between you and Allah, must be laid on the altar? Your ego, your wealth, your status, or your attachments? This is the real offering. The heart's willingness, not the blade, is what Allah desires. And the meat, shared with the poor, transforming a private test into a divine mercy. Ask yourself, what is my Ismāʿīl today? What am I still unwilling to surrender? After the sacrifice, you shave your head, a simple act, but it symbolizes rebirth, the release of ego, the soul return to purity. Segment 7. The enduring struggle beyond Mina into life. Though the rites are complete, the inner struggle never ends. Shaytan may be driven out of the door, but he returns to the window of the heart. Each stoning affirms this truth. A spiritual revolution demands constant vigilance. Then comes the pause, the delay in Mina, 2 or 3 extra days, not for rest, but for reflection. Use this silence to retreat inward, to remember your intention, to let the light of Hajj settle deep into your existence. And remember, before you leave, the true danger is not only outside, but it lies within. O pilgrim, the journey continues. Every choice, every breath, remain mindful, remain grateful. Let the spirit of Hajj walk with you through every valley and storm. The final act of feeding the soul. So pilgrim, you passed the Miqat, circled the Kaaba, raised like Hajar, stood in awe at Arafat, awakened in Mashḥar, stoned the Shaytans at Mina, and offered your sacrifice. But the Quran commands one final step in 22:36. When they have fallen on their sides, eat from them and feed the contented one who refrains from asking, and the one who openly begs. This blessing isn't complete until it is shared, until it transforms you. Khosrow once asked a pilgrim, "Did you understand your intention at Miqat?" The pilgrim responded, "No." "Did you gain divine knowledge at Arafat?" "No." "Did you reject false idols at Minā?" "No." "Did you slay your ego before the sacrifice?" "No." And then Khosrow, with sadness and regret, replied, "Then my friend, you did not perform the Hajj. You only went to Mecca and visited the Kaaba. You spent your money to buy the hardships of the desert. But if you do decide to go to Hajj again, try to perform it as I have instructed you, with a heart awakened. Turn towards true guidance and unwavering allegiance to Allah. True Hajj is a transformation of the soul. So let your final act be this: feed bodies and feed souls. Dress your heart in humility. Walk forward in light. The final message until the last day. This understanding of Hajj is not comfortable. It is a call to awaken, to move beyond form and live with substance. It is the spirit of true bay'ah, a pledge, an allegiance of the heart to Allah and to His chosen guides, as we wait the return of Imam al-Mahdi. And if you long for this journey but cannot go, do not despair. As we find in the narrations, keep the desire alive, even until your last breath, until the moment before the Arafah. The yearning itself is an act of worship. It builds spiritual momentum, and Allah is never stingy. It is said, for the one who has sincere desire, that Allah may even send an angel on this person's behalf to perform the Hajj. This is why in du'as like Abu Hamza Thumali and others in the month of Shahr Ramadan ask not just for one Hajj, but for all the years to come. So may your Hajj, your journey of Mārefa, deep, transformative knowing that makes you not just a performer of rites and rituals, but a true Arab, a true servant of Allah, an agent of justice, a companion of truth, a soul lit by the spirit of Ibrahim, Hajar, and Hussein. Because, as the Quran says in 37, verse number 107, وَفَدَيْنَاهُ بِذِبْحٍ عَظِيمٍ, and we ransomed him with a great sacrifice, which happened in Karbala. May this yearning fill the hearts of all who believe. Thank you for joining us on Mārefa Podcast. Until next time, may your journey through life be one of knowledge, consciousness, awakening, allegiance, and nearness to the divine and the most beloved, who is with us no matter where we are.